Hello, welcome to Dan Explains It All. Today we're here to talk about the Haunt. The Haunt is a fuzz that we released a few years ago, but we've made little tweaks to it, but let's not get bogged down in what it was. Let's talk about what it is. It's a fuzz pedal. It's got 5 knobs. You can set your volume, your fuzz, your gate, your tone, and your mix to blend in some clean signal. There's a low toggle switch that attenuates your low end, and there's a range switch that affects the range of the fuzz control. It's also got soft touch switching now, standard 9-volt power. Let's get into the specifics. So here's that soft touch. Real nice. All of our knobs are at noon. Let's talk about what happens when they're not there. The volume control makes your signal louder. Classic. Let's set the gate all the way down before we talk about the fuzz control. The fuzz control does pretty much what you think it will. When it's all the way down, there's less fuzz. When it's all the way up, there's more fuzz. Notice that I also used the range toggle switch. To the left, there's less gain, and when the fuzz control is all the way down, you can get a more open, almost overdrivey type sound out of it. To the right, there's more gain, and when the fuzz is all the way up, it gets just extra gnarly. Let's get it back to noon. The gate control. What is a gate control? Well, in this case, it's going to make your signal really squashed as you turn it up. So basically, if it gets a loud signal, that loud signal will suddenly turn quiet and then bloom outward. It's like a weird compression type of effect, and you'll hear how it interacts with the sound of the overall fuzz. So I've got it where the gate seems to be interacting well with this guitar. It's getting squishy, but it's not getting so squishy that it's unrecognizable. I guess now is probably a good time to talk about the mix control. The mix control, when it's all the way up, only has fuzz signal. When it's all the way down, it has almost only clean signal, but there's still a little bit of fuzz in there. Let's see what happens when we bring it down in order to bring in some clean, unsquashed signal. So now you can hear pick attack when the note starts, and then as it trails, that fuzz will kind of take over, and the quieter stuff will continue to be compressed and fuzzy and squishy. Now let's look at the tone control. The tone control also acts pretty much exactly how you think it will. If you turn it up, it gets brighter. If you turn it down, it gets darker. So as you can tell, it has a pretty wide range. I also played with the mix control a little bit to show you how your clean signal is unaffected by the tone control. It's only hitting your fuzz signal. So I guess the last thing to talk about is this low switch. Basically, on the fuzz side, if low is to the left, you'll get a tighter fuzz with less low end. If it's to the right, it's going to let your full signal through. So it's going to activate the gate a little more, everything's going to get more squashed, more fuzzy, more. Let's flip it back and forth. With that control to the left, if you bring your mix down a little bit, you can sort of hear how your clean signal still is full frequency, but your fuzz is only grabbing those mids and highs. And it's just an interesting, very dynamic effect. So that's the Haunt. You can feed a bunch of different things into it. I already mentioned the soft touch switching and the 9-volt power. It's got about 20 milliamps current draw, so you can power it pretty easily, and it's really everything you need to know.
Very organic. Well done. I think that was it in a single take.